Dang, we got a flat in our Polaris Pro XP. First, I'm going to show you how to fix that using an AGM Scissor Jack and a 1/2 inch impact. And then we'll show you everything you need to know to lift your XP with this jack. Let's get into it. There we go. Now I have an impact, so I'm going to start here, taking the lug nuts off. If you're doing this by hand, you might do yourself a favor and actually break these loose before you lift, just so that you're not having to fight against the drivetrain to hold that tight. So with that said, pull those 4 off. Now you notice I did catch these. The reason we're doing that, we're trying to keep them out of the dirt. That way the threads stay clean. Now, if one falls, not the end of the world. I'm just gonna pick it up, knock that out, blow it out, and make sure that the threads are free of debris. The reason we're doing that is we don't want the dirt in here. As you're going back on, you could gall between the 2 threads, causing issues. So keep those clean. Let's put them in a safe spot. We'll get this off and get a replacement. All right, now that we got a freshie, we're going back on. Couple things to pay attention to. The first, we want to start these by hand. The reason for that is there is no starter nose on here, so if you tried starting these with a gun, there's a chance you could cross thread. That is going to create all kinds of problems. Don't do it. Spend the extra couple seconds, start them by hand. All right, with that installed, now we're going to go in a crisscross pattern to suck the wheel in flat to the rotor. And this is just good practice. On certain cars, if you pulled this in a circle pattern, there's a chance that the wheel could actually pull in crooked and tighten crooked to the brake rotor. And now you'd never know. This thing would tighten up just fine until you go drive down the road. Then that thing's going to square up, loosen up, and those lug nuts are going to fall off. So best practice in a star pattern here. Go ahead and knock that out. Now at this point, if you have a torque wrench, you do want to lower this thing down just enough so this is just touching the ground. That way the load is back on the tire and you're going to torque this. I think manufacturer's torque on these is like 120 foot-pounds. We don't have a torque wrench, so what we're going to do is just go around this thing one more time. You can take care of the torque when you get back to the shop, but this will get you down the trail for now. So, all right, with that installed, tightened, and we know it's nice and square to the rotor, we can lower this back down and get on the trail. All right, let's start at the rear of the car, but first, grab the jack out of the mount. All right, one thing to keep in mind with scissor jacks, they love lifting from flat surfaces. So here at the rear of the car, we're actually going to go off the skid plate directly under the chassis tube that's right here. You can actually see it if you look through the hole. That way we're able to locate. The reason we want to lift from here is as we pick up on that flat surface, it stays nice and parallel to the ground. That way the jack isn't forced to follow a weird angle as you lift. So, we'll get this up, double check that we're on the center line of this tube, and we are ready to lift. There you go, the rear tire is in the air, ready for your repair. If for whatever reason you can't pick up alongside the car, there is an alternate lift point here at the rear. We can pick up directly under this chassis tube. And that's as simple as, again, just lining the jack up. And lifting. There you go. Vehicle is in the air and ready for the repair. For the front lift, we're going to again be on this lower tube right here at the outside edge of the car. Raise the jack up, make sure that we are directly under that tube, which we are, and go ahead and lift. There we go. Tire is in the air and ready for repair. Now, if for some reason you can't pick up from the side for your front lift, you can also lift here under the front skid. The only thing you got to really watch out is because this front skid is steel, it's slippery. So as we go under here to do the lift, we're going to double check our position, and then we're going to lift slowly because we want to make sure that when this thing's in the air, there's no chance it's going to slide off on us. All right, we are dead center. We got good contact. I think we're okay to lift. There you can see we actually have both wheels in the air, ready for your repair. Real quick before you go, 2 quick tips. The first one, if your car is drivable, pull it off to a safe place off the trail, preferably flat, unobstructed ground before you begin your repair. This is going to do a couple things. One, it's going to make sure that you don't get hit. And 2, it's going to also make sure that you're not blocking the trail. Plus, it's just easier to work in an area like that. And the second thing is if any part of your body is going to be under the vehicle, or there's a chance that you might have to get back in while the car is lifted, you want to use something under the vehicle as a jack stand. Now, that could be a hard shell cooler, spare tire, rock, log, whatever it is. Just make sure that you have something under the car in case the car slips off the jack. This is going to make sure that you remain safe, and it's going to make the repair quicker and easier so you can get back on the trail faster. Our goal today was to show you everything you need to know to lift your Pro XP, because how you lift it matters. Now, if you have any questions, please leave them below. I'm Bryan with AGM. Thank you for watching this episode of How You Lift It, and we'll see you next time.